Hey folks, you're gonna have. I know I'm like at least a week behind, and a lot of my videos may be like a week behind or some weeks behind. Some because, and some of them will be behind sometimes because I work a lot of hours. And here's my video as far.
Hi, it's me again. My sunshades are back. But just hope the lens don't fall out while I'm doing this video. Cause I had to put the lens back in. But I'm talking about this. And I saw something. I'm gonna do another video about the this situation of the joint session where Trump was speaking. But this one stands out. Like I saw some people did videos and it was shared back on Wednesday that they did they summoned the mayors from some of these areas and states, the Adams and then you had Johnson and what's that other lady? Anyway, the other lady with the same first name that I have. And then there was another mayor in there too from somewhere else. But truth be told, I was watching how they were answering the question. And they said, we go by the law and say, but you violated the law by embedding illegal immigrants. Now, I got in a dispute with some legal immigrants, like not all that long ago, about because they, people don't really believe that they keep people in the country after they commit a crime or commit a horrific crime or like a felony or whatever, that they don't do the catch and release like they do in some sanctuary areas. But that came out when people were sharing about instances of what happened to some of the people. But I was watching, and what stood out to me about Michelle, the other lady that had the same first name that I do, because I'm Shelly, and that's short for Michelle. Now I'm looking at it and I'm saying, did this lady come up in here after she said that to draw attention to herself after coming out of mass? And I said, I wouldn't have really remembered. It was a Lent season around the feast and everything like that, up going towards, got Purim coming up and different feasts around this time, going up through Passover to Resurrection Sunday. Some people say Easter, some people say Resurrection Sunday, or both. Anyway, going up to that time. Now, this is Lent season. People do things, and some people fast more around this time. And around this time, the Muslims have they have their Ramadan, because I work with Muslims, and also look like the Whole Foods had a sign show up. Oh, that certain day starts Ramadan. Yeah, I know about that. I work with some Muslims at the place of my employment. Now, I'm looking at Michelle and I'm saying, did this lady just come up here after mass in this hearing with the ash cross on her forehead? I'm the one. Am I the only one going to say something about that? I'm like, I wouldn't have never remembered. I said, oh, I remember. It's Ash Wednesday. They had this on Ash Wednesday. And then she just came from mass, and the priest, put the ash cross on her forehead. Now, I'm not Roman Catholic, but I know about the thing where, ash, they put the ash cross on the forehead. And she literally came up in the court, came up in there like that. No no, not saying anything bad about, she going to church and, getting prayer and everything. But then the representative, how she has represented Boston. Now, not long ago, she was talking about, somebody that had the knife and got shot, and she was talking about how, praying for the family, and then the person that got shot, because they want to come up in with people with a knife. Now the police had to, the off-duty police officer had to put him down. Unfortunately, we don't know. But back to what I was talking about. That's not what the video about. It's about these governors, and I'll see if I can put it in the description, because they had it on Forbes page of the hearing. And these governors, for some reason, and then Adams up in there, and Adams is trying to recently change up his tune on illegal immigration, because the situation, his name would be tied to, possibly tied to Diddy, connections. And, I'm not going to get into that, but that's not what this video is about. This is about these people, especially Johnson, who thinks that they're not going to, and I heard recently that they gonna face prosecution. And if these people, they think they're going to keep doing that, and the guy from California, he did a video sharing about it. And in California, even though it's a sanctuary state, the whole state, unfortunately. And then I live in Maryland, and I'm not gonna get into the sanctuary stuff over here. There's very little Republicans run in the Maryland area. Well, at least in my county, because I'm reside in PG County, where there's certain regions which I saw that was listed as a place where illegals can vote. And if people say, oh, the illegals aren't voting, but there are places where if they don't ask for your ID, because I can tell you I've been voting for some years now, and they don't ask you for your ID. Now, if you don't ask for your ID, anybody can come up in there and claim that they're somebody, and whatever the case may be. Now, the only reason I say why Angela Alsobrook got in there instead of Larry Hogan in the Senate is because we know Larry Hogan I would consider a rhino. But that's not what this video is about. So, the thing is, these people, and this should be a warning for people, that any governor or leader who thinks that they can just, I got the heater on that, in the car. I'm sitting in the car parked doing this video. And anybody who thinks that they can get by with it, got a new sheriff in town. Okay, that's the term people use, the new leader, as is Mr. T. I say Mr. T. No reflection against the actual Mr. T. And I think the actual Mr. T, the brother from another mother, I think he's the actor I think he's still living. I think he was in his 70s. The real actual Mr. T, the brother. I call Trump Mr. T, but no reflection against the actual Mr. T. But anyway, these people, and then Tom Homan gave a warning. And these people, and the lady read out to the article in the law, the federal law. You're violating federal law. And these people say we're not gonna cooperate, talk like they're not gonna cooperate with ICE, and you're encouraging, whatever you're gonna do, and you don't want to cooperate? Well, you face actually going to prison. Now, you might have to start with Johnson, because on all that list, I think I don't know how about the other, but I've been hearing more about Johnson than any other one of them. I heard about some things about Michelle. I heard some things about Adams. Adams was trying to change his tune up recently, and I don't know about that other mayor, but Johnson. I did a video separately about Mayor Johnson. So, y'all might want to check that one out, too. But I'm going to leave that there. And I'm going to see if I can leave something in the description so that y'all can take a look at this. And then the Michelle with the coming right out of Mass. And so y'all need, you can pray for her. You can standing in prayers. Yeah, just pray for her. Because you know. And then you can check in the description. Just check in the description after this video. Because you don't need to see that video. And you got you see, and then see, you look right at her forehead, Michelle's forehead, and see that cross and ash representing Ash Wednesday. But yeah, people be praying. It came straight out. But that don't mean that's because you nice and Christian and everything. You got to act right. And that don't make you stop from facing prosecution. If you... That's it, you're going to pray about, if not facing prosecution in jail time and in prison time. Okay. I heard it's the difference between jail and prison. But anyway, somebody did a video about that. I should find that and put that in the description too. But even if I don't, there's difference. I see jail is like a holding cell. And then prison is more like somewhere that's going to be a more longer term. But anyway, please check in the description at the end of this video. Scroll down. And I have stuff in the description. A lot of times I put my P.O. box in there. So I'm going to leave that there. All right.